Hi friends, in this video we'll learn about accounting for renewal of bills of exchange. Now what is a renewal of a bill of exchange? On the due date of the bill, if the drawee is unable to honor the bill and he is requesting the drawer to extend the time of the bill, that means he is dishonoring the bill on the due date and he wants some more time, then what happens is the drawer may extend or may renew the bill. That means he may increase the period which is available in the bill of exchange. It is like substitution of the old bill with a new bill. So the old bill comes to an end on the due date of the first bill. If the bill is dishonored, the bill actually comes to an end and the bill is renewed again for a further period by the drawer and drawee. Now, what may happen is in such a case, the drawer may insist that the drawee has already used some time, but he has been unable to make the payment. So, if he is asking for further extension of time, he may ask for some interest, and generally the drawee would be ready to pay interest because he is unable to make the payment. And if he is asking for some more time, he would have to pay some interest to the drawer. So, the drawer, what he may do is in place of the new bill, he may draw a new bill with the old bill amount and also some interest. And on the due date of this renewed bill, the drawee would be required to make the payment. So let us see an example how this is dealt with in accounts. Renewal of a bills of exchange. Mr. Ramesh drew a bill on Mr. Kapil for rupees 1 lakh on 1st April 21, payable after 3 months. That means after 3 months, the amount is payable in settlement of a debt due to him from Mr. Kapil for goods sold on credit on 31st March 21, valued at rupees 1 lakh. So here we have two parties, Mr. Ramesh and Mr. Kapil. Let us start doing the accounting in their books. I'll say this is books of Ramesh and this is books of Kapil. Now on 31st March, Ramesh sold goods on credit to Kapil. So entry would be Kapil account debit to sales account. Kapil is the debtor because he has taken the goods but he has not yet made the payment. So he will be considered as a debtor and sales is income for Ramesh. Entry in the books of Kapil on 31st March 21 would be he is purchasing goods. So he will debit purchases. Purchases account debit 1 lakh and he would credit Mr. Ramesh account because Ramesh is the creditor who is giving the goods on credit to him. So 1 lakh rupees would be credited in the books of Mr. Kapil. So this is the entry they would pass on 31st March 21 when the goods have been sold on credit by Ramesh to Kapil. So in the books of Ramesh, Kapil becomes a debtor. In the books of Kapil, Ramesh has become a creditor. Now on 1st April 21, Ramesh draws a bill on Mr. Kapil. Kapil accepts the bill and he gives it back to Mr. Ramesh. Now Ramesh is receiving a bill from Kapil. So entry would be bills receivable account debit 1 lakh to Mr. Kapil account. Kapil is the giver of the bill, hence his account would be credited. Bills receivable is an asset for Mr. Ramesh, it is coming in, hence debit. Kapil is the giver, hence credit. On 1st April 21, Kapil gives the bill to Mr. Ramesh. So hence in the books of Mr. Kapil, entry would be Mr. Ramesh account debit to bills payable. He has to make the payment on the bill, so he will call it as bills payable. He is accepting a liability. Bills payable is a liability for him and Ramesh account is debited because now Ramesh is the receiver of the bill. So on 1st April 21, the bill was drawn between Mr. Ramesh and Mr. Kapil. Kapil accepted the bill and sent it to Mr. Ramesh. Now the duration of the bill is for 3 months. So the due date would be on 1st April 21. I'll write here. 1st April 21 was the date on the bill which on the date on which the bill was drawn, and we have to add 3 days of grace and 3 months to the months. So it will be 4th of July 21. So on 4th July 21, Kapil has to honor the bill. Let us see what happens. On the due date of the bill, Mr. Kapil requested Mr. Ramesh to renew the bill for 3 more months. So on the due date, Kapil is unable to honor the bill. He is unable to make the payment. That means the bill has been dishonored. So on 4th July 21, we have to pass dishonor entries because Kapil has not made the payment. That means the bill has not been converted into cash. So this entry would have to be reversed. So I'll pass the entry Kapil account debtor 1 lakh, 2 bills receivable. This is the dishonor entry I'm passing. I'll simply write here dishonor. Here the bill was drawn when bill was received. So dishonor, he is also dishonoring the bill. So whatever entry has passed for this bill should be reversed. We have already discussed that. So entry in his books would be bills payable account debtor to Mr. Ramesh account. Now when the bill is dishonored, Mr. Ramesh would be required to get the bill noted. If you see the problem, Mr. Ramesh, now on the due date of the bill, Mr. Kapil requested Mr. Ramesh to renew the bill for 3 months. Mr. Ramesh agreed subject to the condition that interest at the rate of 12% per annum was included in the renewed bill, and Mr. Kapil will pay in cash the noting charges amount incurred by him rupees 200 immediately. That means when the bill was dishonored, Ramesh incurred 200 rupees as noting charges and Kapil would have to pay it back to Mr. Ramesh. So on 4th July, when noting charges are incurred, now Ramesh is paying money. He is paying cash to the notary public to get the fact of dishonor noted. He has to recover this money from Kapil. Hence Kapil account is debited 200 rupees. Kapil account is debited because Kapil is going to give this money back to me. I am paying cash to the notary public. If I write noting charges here, it will become an expense for me. It's not an expense for me. I am going to recover this money from Kapil. So this cash would be paid to the notary public, but we'll debit Kapil because we have to take the money back from him. Now what will be the entry in the books of Mr. Kapil? Noting charges is an expense for him. He has to bear this expense ultimately. Because of his dishonor, he has suffered a loss of 200 rupees. But this money he has to pay to Mr. Ramesh. Hence Ramesh account is credited. Or we can say noting charges is a loss because of me. Because I was not able to honor the bill. This expenditure has to be incurred by me. But who has paid the money? Ramesh has paid the money. Hence his account has to be credited. So Ramesh has become a creditor now for another 200 rupees. Now if you observe that after these entries are passed in the books of Kapil, here Ramesh was a creditor for 1 lakh, debtor for 1 lakh. That means here the balance became 0. Now again became Ramesh became a creditor for 1 lakh, another 200. So if I prepare Ramesh account in the books of Kapil, it will be showing a credit balance of 1 lakh 200. That means Kapil has to pay to Ramesh 1 lakh 200 rupees. Now what is Kapil doing? Kapil is saying, I cannot make you the payment now. You have to give me 3 more months time. But what is Ramesh saying? Mr. Ramesh agreed subject to the condition that interest at the rate of 12% per annum was included in the renewed bill, and Mr. Kapil will pay in cash the noting charges amount incurred by him 200 rupees immediately. So Ramesh is saying, first of all, give me my noting charges back when cash is received. For noting charges 200 rupees. This is happening on the same day, 4th July 21. I am getting cash account debtor to Kapil account. He is giving me my money back, 200 rupees. I am paying whatever is due to Mr. Ramesh. So Mr. Ramesh account debit to cash 200. Now how much Mr. Kapil has to pay to Ramesh? Kapil has to now pay to Ramesh only 1 lakh, but for that he is asking for 3 more months time. Ramesh is saying, I'll give you 3 more months time, but you give me a new bill. but this bill should include the old bill amount plus interest for 3 months at the rate of 12% per annum. So let us calculate the interest now here. 1 lakh rupees is the due amount. This is the amount which Mr. Kapil has to pay to Ramesh. The interest rate is 12% and it is for 3 months. So 3000 rupees is the interest which Mr. Ramesh wants to include in the new bill, which Kapil has to agree. So on 4th July, now Mr. Ramesh will draw a fresh bill, or we can say the old bill will be modified. Some changes will be made on the bill and it will be sent to Kapil. Kapil has to accept it and send it back to Mr. Ramesh. So now Ramesh is receiving a fresh bill. Now the bills receivable would be for two amounts now. It will be for 1 lakh, the debt amount, plus 3000, the interest amount. So we will receive 1 lakh 3000 totally, the bill amount. Now out of this, 1 lakh rupees is for the debt due. So to Mr. Kapil account has to be credited with only 1 lakh. And the balance amount is interest income for me. Hence it has to be credited 3000 rupees. I am getting interest income in the form of a bill now. So bill receivable is 1 lakh 3000. I am crediting Kapil because Kapil has to pay me 1 lakh and the balance 3000 rupees is an interest income for me. Hence interest account is credited. Okay. So bills receivable will be debited with bill amount and interest. Kapil will be credited with the debt amount and the balance interest will be credited to interest account. It is income for me. Now in the books of Mr. Kapil, he is now giving a bill to Mr. Ramesh. So we'll say Mr. Ramesh account debit. I will not write the amount. I am paying some interest also, hence interest account also will be debited. I am paying the debt due to Mr. Ramesh in the form of a bill. The bill is for 1 lakh 3000 rupees. Out of this 3000 rupees is towards interest and the remaining 1 lakh rupees is towards the loan amount. So this is the entry passed on the date when the bill is renewed. I write here when bill is renewed. When the bill is renewed, this is the entry we pass. I hope you are able to understand. Interest expense, because it's a loss for me, hence debit. I am giving an asset to Mr. Ramesh. I am giving a bill to Mr. Ramesh. He is a receiver, hence debit. I am giving a bill. That is why I am calling it as bills payable. I am accepting a liability. Now, on the due date of this bill, the bill was honored by Mr. Kapil now. Now the due date of the bill would be 7th October 21, 4th July 21, 3 days and 3 months. So it will be 7th October 21 when bill is honored. Now what will happen? Ramesh will give this bill to Mr. Kapil and ask Kapil to honor the bill. That means Kapil has to make payment to him. So he will receive cash, or let us say if he receives a check, bank will be debited. Account debtor 1 lakh 3000 and he will give the bill back. Two bills receivable 1 lakh 3000. I am getting an asset, I am giving an asset. So real account coming in debit. I can say real account goes out credit. I am receiving cash and I am giving the bill. This is the entry I pass. Here entry would be bills payable account debit. I am getting the bill back and I am paying cash. If I pay cash, I'll write cash. If I give in a check, I'll write bank. So this is the entry I pass when the bill is dishonored. Not the dishonored, when the bill is honored on the due date of renewed bill. So this is the entry I pass on the due date of the renewed bill. With this, the story will come to an end. So in this problem, you can understand that renewal of a bill is nothing but the old bill is extinguished. That means the old bill is dishonored. Dishonor entries are passed for the old bill and the same bill is modified or fresh bill is accepted in place of the old bill. And ultimately, the renewed bill would have to be honored on the due date. Okay. So this is an example on renewal of bills of exchange. Thank you.